good way to make sure you're listening is to ask yourself, can you reflect back what you heard? So reflection is the process of basically standing in a mirror, right? A mirror does everything that you do. So if you're reflecting back to a person, you're saying, I heard you say this. This can definitely be helpful if you're having an argument and you want to make sure that you understood what the person is really trying to say. Like, I heard you say that you don't like this for this reason. Is that right? And that feels validating to have somebody ask, is this what I said? That means you were listening, you were paying attention. And then if the answer is no, that's not what I said, you're giving me that opportunity to tell you this is what I was trying to say. This is what I had meant, this is what I missed in that conversation or that communication. And again, that feels really connecting, and you're having a much more helpful conversation than just running on, I heard you say this, so I'm just gonna assume that's exactly what you meant. All right, we all say things and then we actually meant to say something else. We've all done it. And then that person's running on exactly what we said instead of what we meant. It's our fault, we gotta get better at communicating. That's why we're here. Using I statements. This is what I think, this is what I feel, this is what I believe from my perspective on this situation. It gives you that opportunity to have more open conversation with your partner. These are skills, they take practice, so if you're not gonna go home and try to implement this in a conversation. I am teaching you how to do this, and after practicing at home, my spouse is like, you didn't say from my perspective, or you didn't say I feel. But what emotion is it that you're feeling? Understanding that for yourself. And if emotional language is difficult for you, and sometimes it is because we don't really grow up with people giving us a handout of, these are all the emotions you're ever going to feel in your life. Memorize the list so you know exactly what to tell people. Right? We don't get that. We know when we're angry, we know when we're sad, we know when we're hurt. We kind of operate out of those emotions. Right? Not your fault, but we in our relationships need to take that responsibility to learn more emotional language and understand what it is that we're feeling. Again, if that's hard for you, this question is usually more applicable and helpful to get you started with emotion. What's going on physically? We're having this argument and I'm feeling a change in my body that can clue me into what emotion I'm feeling. So sometimes when we get angry, you start to clench your fists, your hands are shaking, you just kind of feel this energy to just kind of run, hit something, yell, scream, you feel these urges in your body. That can tell you that, oh, I'm feeling angry right now. I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling scared. Your body can tell you what's going on. Emotions are not just some abstract concept that floats around in our brain somewhere, but they do take place in our bodies. And emotions are very important things for us. A lot of time we try to run away, especially from negative emotions, but our emotions give us a lot of understanding on what's going on, sometimes before we even realize what it is that we're thinking, what it is that's going on for us. It happens emotionally first. So remember, getting defensive. Right? What happens when we get defensive is our angry emotions come out because we were hurt, sad, scared, and we don't want to express that at this point. This person did something to tell me that they are not safe. So now my walls come up. But what happens when we get defensive is the person that we were talking to now gets defensive. Right? I'm defensive, now you're defensive, and I don't know what's going on. So if you ever talk to somebody and all of a sudden you're getting defensive, probably because they are too. And our emotions can connect that way as well. Which is why it's important that we understand what it is that's going on for us. Okay. We then want to express these emotions to our partner, right, using those I statements that we talked about before. This is what I'm feeling, this is the emotion. We do this because the person we're talking to can pick up on our implicit communication but cannot read our minds. Right? They have no idea exactly what's going on, and if you're really good at hiding your emotions, they're not going to have a clue. And then all of a sudden you're snapping at them, and they're in the dark with, I don't know where this came from. Right? If you express that emotion to them, they're clued in on what's going on. They can more easily navigate that conversation. We also need to take responsibility for our emotions. This one is really big. Sometimes we hold another person accountable to make us happy, to help us when we're sad, we're angry. We don't take responsibility for the fact that these are my emotions, and I'm the one who needs to manage them and deal with them. Right? I can't force this person to make me happy. They're not going to. They can't. Nothing is going to make you happy. Happiness is like any other emotion. I hate to break it to you, but it is. It's like sadness, anger. We're going to be happy, we're not going to be happy. Instead, this person is here to help me through my emotions when they're here. And I'm here to manage my own emotions otherwise. So again, if I'm angry and I'm expressing that to my partner, I'm not expecting them to help calm me down. I'm letting them know I'm angry and that we need to do what we need to do to have a healthy conversation, but I also need to manage my own emotions. But I can't do that if I don't know what I'm feeling. I can't get out of my own way if I don't know what's going on for me. But ultimately, you don't want to use any judgment or evaluation if you're bringing up a conversation. So I'm telling you the facts of what happened. I'm not telling you how it impacted me yet. I'm also not judging it. I'm not telling you you're a terrible person because you insulted me in front of my friends. I'm just telling you, you said this thing. That's a fact. You can't refute it because you were there, you said it, right? But then they'll follow up with, and it hurt me, or this was my reaction. That's a soft startup. You told me the facts, you told me your reaction in a soft way. Now we can have a conversation of.
For a novice, to walk out of here and go, if there was one of these 5 things that I should focus on first, what should it be?
I would say listening.
That's not the one I wanted. It's probably the one I needed.
Sorry to break it to you.
I like that.
There you go, there you go.
That'd be
Yeah, I would start with listening to understand what others around you are really trying to say. It'll be easier, so I promise you it'll be easier to not get as angry or defensive if you're listening to that person with the intention to understand them. Because when you're doing that, you're getting yourself out of the way. It's not about me, it's not about my emotions. It's about what this person is saying, feeling, thinking, and I'm trying to be as present with them as I possibly can.